Alright, well this is Aaron Squire coming to you guys again. Here we are, episode 108, and we've got the Pro Player Tournament tomorrow. It's been quite a week for me. It's been very busy at work, so a little bit stressed out, but hopefully we'll pull everything together. It's really good to be here this week. We've got Armiesofmordor coming back to us. Gonna lay some of the knowledge down on me because he is actually cosmic and I am not on the ladder yet. I'm actually at, what is it, gold or something? I think I'm at gold right now, so Armiesofmordor, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so what have you been doing this week, or what have you been up to? I mean,
I grinded to cosmic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you happen to catch anything this week?
Usually I catch stuff on the weekends when I go to
Catch it
work.
on the weekend. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying there. But yeah, of course, we had Pokemon Go come out this week, so I just had to mention it to everybody out there. And I am not playing it. I'm probably one of the only people not playing it because I have a Windows Phone. So, and I don't have any tablets even that can do it. I don't think. I don't think it works on a, what is it, Kindle Fire? I don't think it works on that. So I don't know. Maybe it'll come to Windows Phone. It's fairly popular, but whatever. Anything else going on?
No, not particularly. Not for me anyway. Obviously, lots of pro players going to be playing tomorrow.
Right, yeah. Or wannabe pro players like me, yeah. Yeah, that's going to happen tomorrow. So let me make sure everything is broadcasting okay. It looks like it is. Okay. All right, so let's go over and do the YouTube giveaway. We had quite a few people post on YouTube. It has been 2 weeks because I had a work commitment last Wednesday that I had to get to. So let's pull out the dice. It looks like we've got, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. So I get to use the 8-sided dice today to get the giveaway. It's actually been good for me because I had to get some packs so I could give stuff away now. Number 6, and that is, well, I'm counting him as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Jake Kitos, yeah. Thanks for commenting. You win a free draft. Get me your IGN. Well, I guess I do want to mention one thing before we get to the Hex news. Of course, I'm wearing my Gen Con shirt because we've got Gen Con next month, and I'll be there. You're going to be out there, right? Or are you not going to be there?
Yep, I'm going to be there.
Sweet. So I'm going to be working, so it has been fully confirmed. I'm actually be working for what's now called Ninja Division. They used to be Soda Pop Miniatures. I think they're kind of moving away from that. And they actually have contracted me to run their Relic Knights tournament, which is a miniatures tournament, some skirmish space tournament. If you've played War Machine or something like that, it's very similar to that, but it's much more objective based. It's not just about going out and killing everything. There's also going to be on Wednesday night a special event, so hit me up on Twitter to find out where that is, or I'll direct you to the forums. But there's going to be a special event to learn how to play Relic Knights, so if you want to come out to that and you're at Gen Con early, hit me up on Twitter and I'll tell you where it is, or I'll probably mention it later. We're going to be pushing out information, so watch me out on there. And I actually took the plunge and bought some cosplay. Armies, did you see what I picked up? Do you know what I picked up?
No, I don't know what you picked up.
All right, so I went to what is it, like allaboutAnime or something.com. It's like, I don't know, I think it's like a company over in China or something, but I picked up cosplay for Attack on Titan because I felt like that was something easy that I could do, and so I'm going to do that on one of the days while we're at Gen Con. So I'm pretty excited about that. A little bit nervous, so we'll see how that goes. So let's talk about some of the news. Now, to be honest, things have been so hectic that I actually sat down no more than like 40 minutes ago and then got everything started up and haven't even read this. It's looks like someone's talking about Primordial Knowledge revisiting Ramp. So what's this all about? I'm going to lean on you a little bit here, Armies.
This is just one of the deck building articles by the community. This one is it Varanus? Yeah, Varanus did this one, I think.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty exciting deck. I mean, it's running the old school Cressida, so you can get your 5 drops in play. Green Paw Emancipators is, you know, I think he's going to see more and more play, especially on the rotation. If we do get a rotation from like when set 6 comes out or something, or maybe when set 7 comes out, if we get a rotation of some sort, I think that Green Paw Emancipator is definitely going to see more play. I've never been a big fan of Eye of Creation since they changed it. It feels like it whiffs more than it hits for me, and of course it hits for my opponents. But yeah, seems like
it is a high variance card.
Oh yeah.
I've been playing 2 copies in the Ruby Wild deck that I've been playing on the ladder, and it's hit more often than it missed.
Yeah.
But some of the hits were less good than others.
Yeah. It feels much better to me to just play Balthasar. Like,
well, I have Balthasar in the deck too. So.
Right. Yeah, the only time it's better than Balthasar is when you have an empty board, like after a sweep or something. So.
Yeah, and if you're really lucky with it, you'll hit your Balthasar with it and something.
Right,
big.
sure. I mean, there is that dream as well, and so he goes over some of the different stuff. So if you're in a ramp, which I kind of am for this tournament tomorrow, we're going to discuss the deck that I'll be playing tomorrow. Then this might be a deck you want to try out. So there you go. It looks a little bit expensive though. Let's see, Herophant, of course, Cheesesmythe. Those are 2 money cards. Emancipator probably less so. Balthasar a little bit, and Rootfather are kind of money cards. So yeah, it does have some of that going for it. Moving on, we've got some of the update, the swag bag, legendary loot. So more than just posters in the store, you're also going to be able to buy t-shirts and things. Those players will visit us at 501. Okay, let's crack open a chest and see what legendary loot. Okay, so I guess these are just things you can buy. So you can buy this. Is this a poster? I think. The playmat. Oh, you can buy an Armiesofmordor playmat. I probably wouldn't buy that just because I have no use for it because I don't do a lot of physical card games as much anymore. But I will probably get this T-shirt. Looks pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Are you planning on picking anything up at the convention?
Probably. It depends if I can get into a draft and win a poster, or if I have to buy a poster.
Well, the posters they go like right at the beginning of the day, so.
Yeah, well, I can. They usually have some each day.
Right.
So if you don't get them the first day or whatever, I could still see if there's any available drafts on the first couple of days, and then if I don't win any of those, then maybe I'll hit the store in the early morning of the 3rd day or something.
Yeah. Season 2 sleeves. It looks like they're doing a community vote for these sleeves. That's kind of interesting. So we've got Reap and then Shard Call.
I vote Reap. We don't have any like really nice blood sleeves in a long time.
Blood sleeves. Yeah, I like the Reap. I'm kind of split between the Shard Call and the Reap, honestly. Like, I wanted to say Shard Call.
But
the thing is, like, Reap is just more useful.
If they had shown us the extended art on them,
yeah.
So I have a better chance of choice to decide, because
like there might be like some sort of like thing he's
really
standing
cool.
On or something that might be
cool. Like it could be cool. I have a feeling the Reap probably doesn't have anything fancy in the unless there's
like maybe there's something ghostly or ghastly down here.
It's possible that he might be like standing over someone or something with the scythe like right next to his neck or something, but again, it would be hard to say. So
yeah,
I don't know. I haven't voted for it yet, but I think Reap would be my choice.
Yeah, maybe I'll vote just for that. You know, I'll vote along with you. You know, it's at least one thing I can vote about and feel like happy about my vote, right? Yeah. Moving on, we've got the Pro Player Tournament reminder tomorrow. Of course, I'll be playing in that. I'll be streaming it probably on a 5-minute delay at least, maybe a 10-minute. We'll see. I'll be running a Wild Diamond ramp deck, and then there's the Lixil series, which has been played, and it was off to the first iteration this last week on Monday. It started at like 8 p.m. my time, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to actually play in these or not, because I'm guessing they go for at least 4 rounds, right?
Yeah, they are 4-round Swiss. I played in both of them.
Yeah.
The 11 o'clock and the 6 o'clock.
Yeah. And
I was able to get 4-0 and 3-1.
So you have a Lixil Deathless Gem already?
I have 5 Lixil Deathless Gem AAs.
Do you get one just for playing?
No.
Oh, you have to
You have to win 2 to get 1, and 3 to get 2, and 4 to get 3.
Well, maybe I'll play it just to see if I can get 1 or 2. Yeah, just to see if I can get 2 or 3 wins. So we'll see. It's one of the things where I have to talk to the wife because I have to play out. And I won't be able to stream it. I'll have to play it out in the living room or whatever because it'll go past midnight or past my 10 o'clock curfew on a school night for me. You know, like a work night, school night. But finally, they've got the Walking Dead board game, and I actually have to say that I do like the models that they're showing here. It's now on Kickstarter. You can get it going. The people that are working on it have done things like Star Wars X-Wing, which is interesting to me, Warhammer Quest, less interesting, and Descent, which is also interesting to me. So, you know, it could be pretty good, shows some promise, and of course it's got the star power of the Walking Dead. Are you looking forward to this board game at all, Armies, or not really a Walking Dead fan?
I usually don't kickstart board games. I usually
just wait.
I play games, and then if I like them, I might buy them. But I don't have a large group of friends that I play board games with.
Right.
I go to a meetup group like once every month or 2 months or so, whenever they schedule ones. But yeah, so that's where I play most of my games.
Yeah, I mean, it's a survival board game. Is, you know, kind of competing with other games like Dead of Winter and other games in that genre too. So, I mean, it does have the star power of The Walking Dead. So there's that, the licensing. But, you know, yeah, I'm a big one on mechanics more than I am star power with most of my games personally. Next, Adrian Sullivan. There was this kind of an interesting deck I was looking at right before we started. I don't like to go too much into a lot of other people's deck, but this is kind of interesting. He's running Fuzzuko, which is like a blast from the past for me. Howling Brave. I think another one that I'm starting to see, I saw this once, but I saw someone play Justicar of Arendelle with, what's his name, that doubles things, the 5-drop doubler.
Periwinkle?
Periwinkle. Yeah, I saw somebody play him with that, and that seemed fairly good to me. I think that the 4 back end is kind of important right now, too, because against things like Yodel can get there, but he has to waste his champion power and the bolt on him. We talked about this before. Armies, go ahead and talk about your opinion on that.
I mean, it's a reasonable card if you're playing Mono Wild, which this deck is, but there isn't that much counter magic being played at the moment. There's like one fog deck that isn't even that good. Like, my Wild Ruby deck didn't lose to fog at all, though.
Right.
I basically kind of cheesed the match, literally, with Cheesesmyths.
Yeah.
So basically what would happen is the game would go long because it's obviously they're fogging me every turn or 2 turns or whatever, and yesterdaying everything back to my hand.
Yeah.
But eventually their like main way to try to stall the game is Mass Polymorph Dingler.
Right.
But because of Cheesesmyth, I get these Kraken Barrel Cheddars, and I'm able to take their lullabies out of their crypt. So they can't put them back into their deck with their Winter Moon power, and I can revert all my Dinglers back into their normal forms. So generally, I'd say Cheesesmyth greater than Fog decks.
Right.
And I like Cheesesmyth. I think it has much higher upside, especially against like the controlling decks, rather than just a 4/4 for 3.
What reverts Cheesesmyth?
Lullaby.
Oh, Lullaby, because you're stealing the Lullaby. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah. I steal the Lullaby out of their crypt with my
is
Cheesesmyth powers, so when they mass dingle me, I revert them all back.
That is pretty cute.
Yep.
So, yeah, pretty interesting little mono wild deck. Seems like it's mostly like just aggroing out. I also like that it's playing Constantina and Crash Abyss. Those are some of my favorites.
One mono wild deck that was really scary was actually mono wild Shinhair that I played against.
Yeah.
That deck literally like dumped its hand on turn 4. Sometimes 3 if it had Howling Brave.
Yeah.
But it would literally just go like Rune or Herophant, make 7 or 8 Battle Hoppers or whatever in one turn.
Right, and then just swing with Herophant for 8.
Yeah, Hierophant. And it was also playing the 1 mana 4/3 that you could only play when you had 2 things enter play that turn.
Oh, yeah. I could see that. That is pretty sick. It's one of those things that's it's a little bit of variance though, because like sometimes you just draw all the battle hoppers and you're like, well, I guess I have a lot of O1s here that are just enablers. I have a lot of enablers, and Nothing
Well, I
else.
mean, he was playing the 1/2 that makes the battle hoppers into 1/2s, so
Right. So I
sometimes
guess
you could
that
still
helps.
win with them. But yeah, I was basically able to beat it off the back of Cluckodon since almost everything in the deck was
Was a
one
one drop.
cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we've got the ladder shout out. So ladder, of course, has been released. We've been climbing it. Armies is made platinum. I have had
Cosmic.
cosmic, rather, not platinum, but cosmic. I always get it confused. And then I'm at gold status right now. I've actually had a stupidly good run with the deck that I'll be playing tomorrow. I haven't lost the last 7 games, which of course means I'm going to lose in the first 2 rounds tomorrow and completely scrub out of this tournament. But I will be showing that in a couple of minutes. And then we've got a couple of Ben Stoll interviews. Hopefully I'm going to try to get something going with him, maybe at the convention. We'll see. I tried last year, and there was a technical issue on my end where he's on the Going Infinite podcast, the 2 Turns Ahead, and the Threshold podcast, talking about various things within the game. Of course, if you don't know, Ben Stoll is the lead developer. He was the lead developer for PvP for a while, and I believe he's now just basically kind of like a lead head developer for Hex, right? I think he's over both the PvE and the PvP now. They just he was going to be just over competitive play, but they kind of moved him around. So I'm not sure exactly what his title is these days, but he's kind of a big deal. Of course, we got the Diamond Cup coming up, and that's going to be July 9th. July 9th? That isn't right. That means it's already passed. Was that last week? I think it was last weekend. So this must be old news. I just missed it. Something. Well, I guess there was a tournament last weekend, and I completely missed that. But there are still the weeklies going on Mondays as well. So make sure to take advantage of those.
Well, Monday is the Lixil Cups.
The Lixil Cups, yeah.
The weeklies are on Saturday and
Saturdays.
Sunday, or so just Saturdays or something, yeah.
Yeah, so lots of different tournaments to go out to if you don't have a lot of money. So finally, we're getting to it. Here we go. Here is the deck, of course, and yeah, the Pro Player Tournament deck that I'll be running tomorrow. And so I put fair bit of work into this. I finally caved in, and then I started playing Herophant. I know I've been trying to play around this card and not use it for quite a while, but I just caved in. And it's funny too, because a lot of people in ladder, like as soon as I play it, if I turn to a Hierophant, like they get so salty about it. Just like, well, it's the
when
best card
70
in the format.
to 80% of the field is playing something,
Right,
you get a little bit
but
salty. I understand.
I understand, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, you knew this was going to happen, so did you prepare for this or not? You know?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. People just to get pretty rough or pretty frustrated.
I have some interesting tech in my decks to try to beat the Hierophant decks with my Hierophant deck.
Yeah. So the only couple of changes I made from the deck that was on a couple of weeks ago when they were looking at the metagame is I decided to swap 2 Sight of the Sun for Puck the Dreambringer because I felt that Puck the Dreambringer just did more work for me. Sight of the Sun is really great when you're playing Soul Marble and pulling, more charges on Soul Marble, but I decided to go from 3 of those down to 2. Soul Marble right now is bugged, where you have to have 3 resources available to play it, even though it only costs 2. Then you play it, it only takes 2 from you, and then you can throw the last one as a charge on it. So it's fairly annoying. There are some situations where it does work against you, so that becomes a problem. I threw the Immortal Tears in here because I wanted some more fixing in Diamond, and this also draws a Diamond out of the deck, so it's like virtual card draw, kind of, or at least deck thinning. So it does the same thing that Chlorophylla does, but it lets me get to Diamond, and I felt like that was kind of a big deal with so much double Diamond in the deck. Let's see, other changes I made. I went ahead and added a Charge Colossus to the deck because it's really good against blood decks, in the late game, or even if I'm not going to keep recurring it back. A lot of times, I've had things happen where someone will kill something or counter something. It ends up in my crypt, and then I'll play a Charge Colossus or do something else and then pull it out and then use it anyways. So there's a lot of interesting stuff in the deck. I'm surprised so many times because it feels like this deck just wants somebody to counter it like 2 or 3 times and then they just win because you're using so much of your cards to give away card advantage to play these big troops that if they just counter all of that stuff or kill those things, then you're in pretty good shape. So then let's see, over to the reserve side, I went back and forth about a couple things. I'm pretty afraid of Yodel, so I feel like I'm going to lose game 1 to Yodel most of the time. So I went ahead, I went down 1 Cluckodon to play a Master Mouse, and I went back up 1 Cluckodon. I went ahead and removed 1 Grace of Tianos and just played with 1 of those. I've got 2 more Soul Marbles because those really work against Blood. Basically, those, I play 4 Soul Marble against Blood. The Meek, of course, is for lower end decks. There's not too many decks that Meek comes in against, honestly, like Yodel, and what else is it coming against? I mean,
it's still reasonable against like Puck, Periwinkle decks, and
yeah, I guess it works against that.
It's okay against Vampire Princess, and
yeah, usually with Vampire Princess, I don't even worry about it too much. Most of the time, I'm bringing in like Crocosaur against vampires because I feel like they're gonna have 2 things in play a lot of the time. Purge, I felt like was another one where like Armies was questioning why I didn't have 1 main decked, and I was like, well, Purge was one where it's like I just don't side it in a lot. Like I sided it in against what's his name, against the Winter Moon deck because it just stops Winter Moon from throwing things back into its deck. That's pretty much what I sided it in against, and that was the only thing I really felt like it did stuff with. I almost feel like Chomposaur is a card that should be getting main decked as a 1-of if you're in Wild, just because it's such a great body. It's Crush, it has that utility. It feels like it's an amazing card, and I don't know, maybe in the future it'll see more main decking, but it's definitely here to stay as a very good piece of utility that we can recur back and get rid of up to 2 constants or artifacts. So Armies, your comments on the deck that I'll be running for tomorrow?
I think Wild Diamond's a pretty solid deck. It was one of the first decks, not this particular version, but I was playing like the main shell of this kind of style of deck when Set 4 first came out. I was playing the OVO like Reanimator style with Hereafter, but it's similar. It had Howling Braves, Hierophants, Infinitrix, Crocosaurs. That shell of the deck has remained constant throughout all these Wild Diamond iterations.
We got Yassi TCG in the channel. I guess he just left. But if he watches this again later, I just want to say congratulations on getting in the limited ladder. I believe he's like either number 1 or number 2 in limited. So congratulations, Yassi. I want to say I recognize you as a really good limited player. Okay, so the deck we want to build tonight, I had a suggestion where I was going to take the similar deck to what I've already built, but instead we're going to run the Shinhair, the one that throws cards into our crypt, so that way we can recur them back. What are you feeling like tonight? Working on Armies? What do you think we should work on?
Whatever's fun. I'm a big fan of the Cottontail Explorer.
Yeah.
I like the Reanimator deck quite a bit.
Yeah. If you were going to play a deck like the one I'm playing, like I would suggest you just copy the deck I'm playing right now, 1 for 1, because this is going to take a lot of work. So don't take this deck into tournaments tomorrow. But definitely we're going to spitball some ideas, that's for sure. You were saying?
I definitely got second place. Was it in a weekly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was in a I don't even remember. It was either the weekly or the Diamond Cup. I was playing in one of the events that I was actually able to play in because I wasn't working that day. But I got second place. I'm trying to think what it was. It was a weekly. Yeah, it was a weekly. So I got second place in a weekly with some three-color Reanimator deck where I was basically splashing Ruby for Periwinkles and direct damage gem on Root Fathers in a Kagolichu deck, basically. So I'm a big fan of the Reanimator package.
Yeah. Yeah, and then going into Diamond I think is interesting as well, especially because we could possibly play like a couple of Charge Colossus in here and then hope that we hit it and then recur it back, and now we have infinite Charge Colossus ready to go. Like, instead of having to straight up play it, you know? I mean, maybe that's too much, asking a little bit too much, but we definitely play at least one.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing the Kagalichu version, where I was basically just burying my cards,
Right.
and then I would reanimate them with Rotten Rancors or Rise Agains.
Right.
But if you're using Rutherford Banks, it's a possibility to play like Charged Colossus ×4. There just isn't as much self-bury in the Wild Diamond compared to if you are playing Kagalichu.
Yeah. I actually considered playing Frost Wizard also against, what is it called?
That's what I lost to in the weekly. I literally got paired against Wild Diamond.
And he played Frost Wizard.
In game 3, so the game 3 for all the nuts, he went turn 2 Frost Wizard, and I just couldn't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Frost Wizard really does well against your Winter Moon deck, so maybe I should be playing that again instead of Purge.
There's a lot of Kagalichu in the high tiers of Constructed right now, too, so Frost Wizard is definitely a good reserves choice.
Yeah.
And even at worst, it still requires a removal spell from the burn decks since it blocks.
I mean, you can't really attack in if they have 2 open resources if you're playing against the Wild Sapphire deck. I mean, that is kind of an issue, but you aren't really trying to attack with this anyways. You just want its effect.
No, yeah, it's definitely a solid effect against Kagalichu. It basically blanks their champion power.
I actually had somebody, what is it? He changed my 5-drop into a 4-drop with Transmogrify, and it turned it into the one where I can sacrifice and destroy all the resources in my deck. I was like, okay, I hope you have something to destroy this guy before I get a turn, because I'm gonna get all those resources out, because I was already at 8, and so I could play everything in the deck.
Yeah, so I was playing against someone. Let's see, what 4-drop was in my deck? I'm trying to think.
Frost Wizard for your Cat on Fire. We'll go and pull that up for you. The reason why it's so good is because the champion we're talking about shuffles cards back into your deck. Frost Wizard said if a card would enter an opposing deck or crypt, void it instead. So it stops anything that shuffles itself back into your deck, your opponent's deck, and into their crypt. So it stops a lot of that recursion and a lot of that sort of thing. It's really good. Not only is it great because it hits your opponent, but it's great because it does not hit yourself. So you can still do shenanigans with your graveyard and shuffling things into your deck, no problems. He doesn't do it to both players. Like a lot of cards like this, a lot of times they'll do it to everyone, where they just kind of like put a new rule in effect. So that's what he is. Anyways, going back to armies. I
remembered, yeah. So I had a Cluckodon, and he transmogrifated it or whatever, and it turned into the Windborn Acolyte. And I was able to shift flight from it to my Rune Hierophant, even though I wasn't playing. I wasn't playing Boris or whatever. I ended up with a permanent flight Rune Hierophant. Transmogrifate is not a card I want to play in Constructed. It's too random for me. It's just, it's necessary evil for some Sapphire decks that they have to have it, but I don't like it. I don't like Sapphire right now in the current meta.
Yeah. I mean, we could have probably built some sort of tempo deck. I think that Grolk is getting set to come back. I think Menacing Grolk is going to make a comeback at some point in time here.
If only it wasn't triple Sapphire.
That is a big issue. Yeah, it's like a mono Sapphire deck, and I don't think people have really wanted to play that for a while. So I think that's the big issue with it. I almost want to try to play Resurrection in this deck. But that seems like
Triple
that might
Diamond
be reaching.
is pretty rough too.
Yeah, that's really a pipe dream, isn't it? Let's see, what kind of things can we do in here? Do we just go with a lot of the other like healing stuff at this point, or we've got basically all we've got right now is Herophant because it's too good, and then Cottontail Explorer to throw things into our crypt.
So the other options would be if you want to have some sort of revert effects in your deck, and then like play Ethereal Caller and Hereafter kind of effects. If you wanted to make it like full-on Reanimator style, or if you wanted to just play like Pucks and Balthasars and Rune your Hierophants, like the standard.
So like maybe even play like what's it, the monkey?
Filcape.
Filcape.
I definitely had a little bit of trouble against a Filcape mono wild that had main deck Filcape because it was shrinking my Rune your Hierophants.
Right. Yeah.
And until I was able to draw into enough resources to go Periwinkle into Rootfather, it was giving me like a really hard time.
Right. Yeah, I think the biggest problem with Filcape is his back end right now, just because the existence of Crocosaur in the meta. Like, if
he was a 4/6, if he was a
6,
he's a 5-drop.
I know he's a 5-drop. He's a 5-drop.
Mecha Filcape is the 6-drop, and he's a 4/6. Right. Like if regular Filcape had been a 4/6, it'd be playable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's unfortunate that Filcape just never had his day to shine, really.
Yeah.
I like the Ethereal Collar maybe in this deck. I mean, it's worth a try. I mean, it's a double threshold. I don't like that. It looks like I need to refresh my page here.
Could do Hereafter instead.
We definitely need to be able to play Herophant on 2, so we have to play our dorks.
Howling Braves.
Yeah, our Howling Braves, unfortunately. Another thing I thought about, you know what we could do is we could try to go and play lots of wow, the whole website is just crashing on us. I might have to open up the Hex browser, the actual Hex client, and do this. I was thinking about playing a lot of what are they called? The wolves, basically. A lot of the Coyotals, yeah. So that way we can play Howling Plains Bluegrass to help us fix for Diamond, possibly.
Yeah.
I thought about playing that in the other deck, and so maybe we could try that with this one. Maybe that's what we'll try to do. Man, this deck, the game.
So Cosmic Shaman, Howling Brave, and Emancipator.
Yeah, maybe some of that stuff. That could be interesting. Looks like we're having some trouble with the website here. So this website, in case you're wondering, is Hex CCG Browser and Deck Builder. You can build all your decks here. There's also a way to import all of the cards from the client into here, and then you can make lists and different things, and like trade lists, and then you can post them to people. All kinds of cool stuff you can do with it. Things I don't have time to do, unfortunately. Wow, I might have to open up the client. We may have to do this in client. So we'll see. If it keeps doing this, I think I'm going to go ahead and open up the client, and I'll swap screens while I'm doing that. Typically, if you decide to start streaming, it's not good to show people either your username or yourself putting in your password, because then you know how many characters it is, etc. Okay, so I think we're going to go for it. We're going to go ahead and swap to the client here. So hold on, hang on to your hats. We're gonna swap over to the client version of this, and so we can kind of get things rolling on this deck. Who knows? Maybe if we build it fast enough, I can play a game against the AI or something. So let's see. So far, we just have Herophant and the other bunny, and the one that throws things. And of course, we're playing the Coyotals. We could even go into Sapphire if we play enough, but
Landing Paw.
Yeah, maybe play like a singleton. Like, I think what we want to do is we just probably want to play a lot of what do you call it? Effects. The effects where it is that it looks at the next card. The prophecy effects. I think we might want to just try to maybe play a lot of the prophecy effects here. Okay, so we might have to go full screen. You know, like we're not going full retard, but we might have to go full screen on this. So you won't see. Yeah, I'll swap over to this. Now you won't see Armies, but he's still here with me. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera so you can see everything here. We're both here. We're still here. We're going to build it. We'll just build it. Let's go ahead and build. Here's the deck, of course, for tomorrow. Let's go ahead and new deck. And we'll call this episode 108 because that's what we are doing. And of course we want Rutherford, so I'll go ahead and pull that up first. That was easy. Alright, there's the easy button on that guy. And we want our Shin Hair Who knows? Maybe we can. We might actually be able to do this fast enough where we can just get it going. We'll go ahead and turn off our everything but diamond and wild, because we're going to try to stick diamond and wild. We could go sapphire like we said. Get those Herophants. Now, I'm not going to gem these. Oh, it looks like they may already be gemmed. No, I guess not. Okay. Well, that's easy enough. We can do that. Spellshield Rhinos. I think it's funny too, like when people get annoyed with the way I've gemmed my Herophant and they tell me that I'm not being very, what is that, original with the way I'm gemming things. I was like,
that's
the best way to do it.
I've definitely considered gemming Spellshield Life Drain in my Rune Hierophants.
Sure.
Against the burn decks of the format.
Sure.
And it definitely has done work, but yeah, I mean, the Rhino is just so good.
Yeah.
It's just so much pressure.
Yeah. Plus you can, like, buff them with other things. Alright, so we're going to put a bunch of Coyotls in here. Yeah, bunch of Coyotls. So we can actually play Sight of the Sun, maybe just one of those, maybe 2 or 3, we'll see. Probably not the Brown Fox Scouts yet. Probably don't really want those. We could, probably don't want Windsinger. But we could think about it at least. Cosmic Shaman, though, is one I want to try. I actually had this in my deck for a while, and it just felt like it wasn't great.
Yeah, the problem is with Cosmic Shaman is that you want to either be playing Ruby for good gems, or you want to be playing Sapphire for other gems.
Yeah.
At least it is how it feels a lot of the time, because it's like, why am I playing this over Root Father?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it came down to. I had to pull a Root Father to play him, and it just felt like it wasn't that great. We want the Emancipators.
And Howling Braves.
Howling Braves, of course. Yeah, we definitely want those. So we're already at 21 cards here, and our curve looks okay. Kind of. We may not want this many Cosmic Shaman. Let's see, what other Coyotls are good that we could throw in here that do the work that we need to do. I've actually even considered playing the Zawa in here.
Yeah, you could play one of a Zawa.
You know what I really want to play is the draft card. I want to play this Night Sky Prophet. I kind of want to play this guy in here.
I mean, it's a reasonable effect.
Yeah. When you gain health, troops you control get bigger, and this has Steadfast. Yeah, this is probably not good enough. The Ghost Howler.
Yeah, you have to build very specifically to take advantage of that card.
Yeah. We could just kind of try to keep going big and play things like Night Sky and Earthcaller, but we probably want other stuff in here.
Probably want Crocs.
We probably want lots of dinos at this point. We probably want Crocosaur and some Carnasaurus. Carnasaurus, Balthasar, yeah. Maybe 2 Carnasaurus and then Balthasar. Where are you, Balthasar? Actually, you know, we could play, like, this is like the deck where we could play, like, Chomposaur and stuff, and then play, like, Savage Lord. Maybe.
Primordial Caves, Archon, Savage Lord, Pack Raptor, Dinosaur Tribal deck.
Yeah. Maybe something like that with Cluckodon and stuff. Maybe that would be more fun. Yeah, let's get rid of these Coyotls except for Howling Brave, and let's do that. That sounds fun. Yeah, that sounds fun. Let's do that. And we're giving up the shard, but
well, but all the dinosaurs are in wild anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Except you to basically just change Rutherford to something else.
Yeah, we are kind of making a big decision here. But just play like the best dinosaurs. Play a set of Pack Raptor and Chomposaur. Play a play set of Chomposaur, and there we go. Oh, I don't know if this does very much for us, though, really. That's goofy. But what else do we do with this if we're doing this?
Primordial Caves. An Archon of Nulzan.
Archon of Nulzan. We did that on another week. We already did that. We're not doing that again. Let's see. We need double diamond to get our champion ability to go off. We actually are just playing basically mono wild. So we just totally like flip-flopped on this.
Yep, mono wild.
We have a lot of healing in here. I mean, maybe we can just go ahead and do what they were doing in the article and go ahead and play our 17 health, wherever he is, guy. Cressida. Something like that, and let's see. We don't really need Cottontail Explorer now, so that totally hosed that whole idea, but I got excited about dinosaurs, okay? I got really excited about the dinosaurs. So we've got Cressida. So what else do we do? Oh, I guess we play Balthasar, right? We need probably 3 Balthasar.
Probably.
Yeah. That's kind of important to draw them cards, so we need to draw and heal. Healing is important. Well, but we have a lot of healing with dinos by themselves, really. Let's see. How else do we draw cards here? I mean, there's...
Well, in mono wild, there isn't that much other ways to draw cards. If you wanted to play some Ruby draw, you could play, like, Impulse, I guess.
Where's, oh, what's the guy's name? The elf, Periwinkle. Periwinkle?
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 Periwinkle? Maybe 2 Periwinkle. The problem is now it's going to be hard to get... Well, we still have to play for Ruby anyways. And this is our only real Ruby card in here. What could we do instead? We could run...
Play Uzu instead of Cressida. Be mono wild, basically. Ruby off Uzu.
Yeah. I don't think that really does a lot for us, though. Like, we don't really need to get to Periwinkle that bad. Like, this is fine. Like, we can deal... Like, Uzu is for things like Uzu Cannon, I think, and that's not really what we're doing here. We really just kind of want to play our Savage Lord and hope that it doesn't die, and then eventually we get dinosaurs. And then maybe double dinosaurs off of Periwinkle or something. Double down on them dinosaurs.
Yeah, well, the main thing for Periwinkle is we only have 8 dinosaurs in the deck that get doubled, and then 3 Balthasars.
Yeah.
Most of the good dinos
Pack
are
Raptor
4.
around too, though.
Yeah.
Huh. I almost want to just try it as is. The problem is... Yeah. I mean, the Periwinkle may be a problem. Let's see what the curve looks like. Well, we just totally flip-flopped on this, by the way.
Well, I mean...
This looks cute because, like, you know, you've got all the Chomposaur in here already main decked. You know, like we were talking about. I mean, maybe you just go ahead and play...
Deck feels like it needs Root Fathers.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Root Father is probably what we want here.
Like, literally, if you take out the Pack Raptors, add Root Fathers,
and then we're good. Maybe
and
take down like 1 Pack Raptor.
And add some Chlorophyllias, it's almost the same as, like, my Wild Ruby, except it's not playing as many elves. It's playing way more Chomposaurs, but...
Chomposaur's fun.
Yeah.
Right? Let's get the,
I mean,
let's get the full art
when your opponent's
Chlorophylla.
playing
That's important.
constants or artifacts,
Full
that's
art
for sure.
Chlorophylla. So the Chlorophylla is basically a card that is going to ramp us and then pull shards out of our deck, so it makes us more consistent. That's important. It's important to be consistent. Maybe get rid of the early Carnasaurus now. Take down those down to 2. Put the other 2 on the reserves. I wish I had the AA Carnasaurus.
I have A's of all the dinosaurs.
course, with Root Father, we're gonna do damage and speed.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a classic, right?
Yep. It's what I've been doing to people. Just been slamming those Root Fathers.
Just like, you gonna deal with me? All right, 16 damage to the face.
Or
8
32
damage to
if
the
you had a
face,
Periwinkle.
and you chump
Yeah.
off my Root Father or trade with something, or double trade
Pretty
or
much.
something. Yeah.
My deck is lately has just been turn 1 Howling Brave, turn 2 Rune Hierophant, and then if they somehow answer the Hierophant, then it's like Cheesesmythe, Periwinkle, Root Father. It's like, what are you gonna do? All the 3 drops in the deck are insane. It's like I either have infinite pressure with Rune Hierophant, infinite pressure with Periwinkle, or infinite pressure with Cheesesmyth. It's just all the 3 drops
You're saying
in Wild
infinite a
are
lot
so
right now, and that sounds really good to me. So
plus I like
probably this is fine. We could try
I like
this.
Cheesesmyth because he supports playing the Elf Shard, and gaining that 3 health is really important.
That's true, but we're getting away from those dinosaurs.
Yeah, well, you still get to play. I play 12 main deck dinosaurs in my Ruby Wild deck.
Yeah. And we could, with
Not
this,
quite as many as you, but I don't play Savage Lord, so.
yeah, I mean, we're playing the Savage Lord. We need enough dinosaurs to make it worth it. So
Yeah.
we kind of got away from all the dinosaurs now. So Savage Lord, we're just turning this into your deck. This is what's happening.
No, it still
Where's
has
the Pack
Savage
Raptors?
Lords in it.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
good.
We had Pack Raptors. We got rid of Pack Raptors for a Root Father, and then we just basically changed the whole deck. You know what? We're going back. We're going back to Pack Raptors, okay? This is like going to be the most argumentative episode of Deck Build with the Squire ever. We're going back. Dinosaurs need to come back. We're taking it back.
Poor Root Father.
Yeah, get out of here, Root Father. We don't want to see you anymore. Yep, we're taking it back. We're bringing the Pack Raptors back. And the Carnasaurus, of course, will pull those back as well. Okay, and we've got the 3 Balthasar. Not enough dinosaurs. Exactly. See? These people know what they're talking about. Why did I listen to you? It's only like you're cosmic and I'm not.
Yeah, I only went Cosmic with
You're
the
only
Ruby Wild
cosmic.
deck, right?
Cheese and rice. I don't even know if we want Cressida for this, honestly. I don't know. With Periwinkle, we do, I guess. Maybe this is okay. Something like this. Oh, we want to get those Chomposaurs back. I want those back, too. Let's see. We got dinosaurs. What other dinosaurs could we choose? Pretty much Chomposaur.
Wreckasaurus.
Oh, yeah. Maybe one of those. Maybe one of those.
I like Wreckasaurus. You should play Stinktroll if you're playing him, though.
Yeah. Getting away from those dinosaurs again. See? Try that.
Periwinkle's not a dinosaur.
He's not, but gives me double dinosaurs.
Sometimes.
A lot of times. When he lives, he gives me double dinosaurs.
Yeah. When he lives, he gives me double Root Fathers, which outclass all dinosaurs.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a way we can just buff our dinosaurs. Well, there is the one where when things come into play, they fight.
Feral Dom, but that's only for
that
5
doesn't really-
toughness or 5 power, so Croc.
Yeah, it still doesn't really do. We need something to pump our guys up and like keep it.
Eulogy.
Eulogy?
Oberon's Eulogy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Feels like this is more for Shin here, though.
Well, I've just given you a suggestion. You said you wanted a way that pumps your guys. That's the only real.
Do it. That is one way.
That's the only real like permanent way to pump your whole team, sort of.
Yeah.
Where you could just play Onslaught, but it's for 1 turn.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's really what we want to do here either. We probably need to play Puck here, honestly. That's probably what we need to do. Well, no.
We don't even have that many 5
No,
drops.
we don't. I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling Cressida here. I kind of wonder if we want to play some Ruby removal, but
Play Cheesesmyth instead of Periwinkle and play Pheromones.
Yeah, maybe that's what we do. Ooh, that
Cheesesmythe
is
with
kind of...
Pheromones is really good.
Cheesesmythe Pheromones sounds pretty sweet to me, too. And then... Now we can get rid of your Rune Hair Herophant. Well, we just need to stop it from attacking. As long as it doesn't attack, then we can Pheromones our Cheesesmythe. And, you know. Actually, we could even do it, like, if he's not big enough yet, we could do it on Crocosaur or other things, too.
Yeah.
Or, like, Pheromones like a
Howling Brave,
and then
to
just push
basically
damage.
let your team swing in for free.
Yeah, give you a free swing. That could work. Things that could work. Things, when all the stars align, these things work.
Yeah.
Get down to that. Are we just doing 2 and 2, you think? We'd probably just do 2 and 2. And then I need to figure out, maybe go back down on Chomposaur. I keep changing around the Chomposaur, but I love having the main deck Chomposaur. Maybe just one main deck Chomposaur and put like 3 in the reserves. So, dinosaurs. Maybe even play like 4 Balthasar in this deck, just because you just... Like, there will be times when you're going to have so many Pack Raptors in your deck, you need to draw cards, you know?
Yeah.
4 Balthasar. But the ramp to Balthasar is really not there. That's the problem.
Yeah, because you got the Chlorophyllias.
Maybe just 1 Pheromones. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Pheromones is fine as a 1-0. That's all I have in my reserves.
Then
is
3
1.
Cheesesmythe. Yeah, like 3 Cheesesmythe and 1 Pheromones. And 37. Then we're going to go away from playing Cressida now, right?
Yeah. We can either play Fuzzuko or we can play like Running Deer or something.
Yeah, Fuzzuko or Running Deer. I had someone play Running Deer against me. Didn't do very much. That was actually one of the losses I had, I think. Yeah, his stuff just got bigger than my stuff. Yeah, we probably want to play Fuzzuko, I think. Yeah, especially when we're playing the guy that we're playing. Where are you, Fuzzuko?
Yeah, that's true. Since we are playing Mono Wild, obviously we should have been playing Fist of Brigadon. What are you gonna do?
Fist of Brigadon. That's bringing it back to the you know,
the set 1 days.
The set 1 days. The Fist. I could put him in the reserves, I think. He's a pretty good reserves card, yeah, in this deck. Sure.
It's pretty good against blood decks.
Yeah, he does some work. He does a little
Master
bit of work.
Moss plus.
He looks so short after you extend his art, doesn't he? Like,
I don't
here's
know.
what he
I
looks
don't
like.
extend art
He
cards.
looks really
I don't
big,
play.
And then like all of a sudden he's like this short little dwarf guy that is ridiculous threshold, ridiculous wild threshold to play. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about...
would fit the Dino theme better. That's true.
Yeah. Elandria would fit better. Yeah, I understand, because it's a dinosaur. But the thing is, like, it only works if it's the top card. But dinosaurs have speed. I mean, I like Elandria. I feel like Fuzzuko is going to do more work, especially with Swift Strike and Pack Raptors and, you know, stuff like that. Crush on our Chomposaur, make the 4/4 Chomposaur, no 5/5 Chomposaur. I think Fuzzuko will do more work for us than Elandria. But
I want to make a Wreckasaurus Sting Troll deck again.
You do that.
I should.
So we actually have
Sting
2 minutes
Trolls are
left.
really
So we're
good
actually,
with
and we
Rune
started a little
Hierarchy.
bit late. So
Just
real
saying.
quick, I'm just going to do we'll do a real quick arena, Frost Ring Arena with this deck. I don't even know what I named it. Did I even name this deck? Oh, I named it Episode 108. That's right. That's because that's what I name things when I'm doing the show. We'll skip the tier 1 so we can play against a real opponent. Playing against, oh, this is not going to be fine. This is going to be fine. This deck. So a lot of times when I'm playing against the arena, I like to call it like next level goldfishing, because that's kind of what it ends up being. Although there are certain matchups which end up being throwaways because they aren't going to be consistent with what you're going to see anyways. Do we keep 2 wild shards and a Carnasaurus? I think we keep, right?
Carnasaurus has 1 power against this deck.
Yeah, but he does kill most of the 1-drops.
Yeah, I mean, it still kills Thunderbird, which is probably the biggest problem in this matchup. So yeah, it's probably keepable.
It's probably keepable. I mean, plus we've got 4. We basically have 23 plus 4 as far as Braves. We've got Braves we can draw into, so we're okay.
Oh, game over. Can't lose. There's an Inferno in play already. Can't lose.
Can't lose.
Can't lose. AI can't beat Inferno.
Looks like it's not actually in
Oh, it bugged? No Inferno?
There's no Inferno for us today.
Darn.
We actually can Cluckodon one of these Ancestor Chosens, which is kind of funny. And their Fuzzuko is going to heal himself. I'll go and throw my face cam up. Maybe I should find a way to put... Oh, look, he bounced my guy so I can kill his Ancestors Chosen. Oh, Buccaneer, you just don't see play anymore.
Well, that's because the main 3-drops that are being played right now have Spellshield, so...
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, so far so good with the Dinosaur deck, at least against the AI. Do not play this deck tomorrow in tournaments, by the way. I'm having fun with it, at least. We get to play a ton of Savage Lord now.
Yeah, you gotta draw all the dinosaurs from our deck for free.
Well,
straight into play.
During our upkeep. The Savage Lord has to not get bounced here for us to have a chance of that.
Yep. But I mean, he's already used 2 Buccaneers. How could he possibly have a Time Ripple or another Buccaneer, right?
I mean, there's only 6 of them. Oh, look at that! Carnasaurus right away. Let's go ahead and eat one of these guys just to get some health. This would have killed him normally. Oh, and that's into Cluckodon, sure. I guess I can play this other Carnasaurus to finish him off.
Or you can play another Savage Lord to get more triggers.
Right, yeah, I guess I could have done that as well. Well, I can pump my guys and then swing team? Sure. Do I do that? Do I wait? Maybe I should wait. I've got so much health, we'll wait. I can swing with this guy, though. Yeah, take that. Oh, so he started with an Inferno something or other, and it made an... Oh, wait, never mind. It made an Inferno Elemental, though.
Oh, from his thing?
Yeah, I guess I'll...
That's a pretty good hit. There aren't many better 1-drops than that.
Yeah, that's true. Let's go ahead and click it on that guy away.
Oh, solid draw.
Pheromones?
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely wins the game at some point in time.
Yeah.
We were really all over the place tonight with the deck, so I feel like it's doing at least pretty good. So you can play against the AI with this. That's what we're finding out. It's okay against the AI because we just gain all this health with the deck. Oh, there's the Balthasar.
It didn't even need equipment. Totally just runs over the AI.
Yeah, it just runs right.
Even though the Savage Lord equipment is insane. If anyone has ever built the Savage Lord deck for Arena, they know how insane the equipment is for Savage Lord.
Does it show me? It doesn't show me on the card, does it?
No, it gives your dinosaurs like Invincible and Steadfast and Crush and Swift Strike.
Really stupid.
Yeah, it's probably the dumbest piece of equipment ever.
I guess we'll go with this, and then this.
Oh yeah, that Wreckasaurus.
Oh, that was... Wow, that's insulting. That's an insult right there.
Oh, Storm Called. Oh.
Yeah, I know, right? That's rude.
I guess the AI didn't want to be put out of its misery.
Alright, fine. We're just gonna Balthasar here instead and draw.
Oh, he bounced our Savage Lord. How rude.
I know, right?
Well, at least the top card wasn't a dinosaur anyway, right?
That Crush in there. There you go. So there's the deck for tonight. Kind of more of a fun deck. Not really too competitive, most likely. Apparently, my microphone is not detected in Skype all of a sudden. That's weird.
I can still hear you.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh, let's go ahead and flip back over to the show interview screen. And we'll close out the episode. So tonight on Deck Build the Squire, we talked about a little bit about Gen Con and some stuff. I have some cosplay to do on one of the days. I'll be working for Ninja Division for most of my time while I'm there. But you will see me at the LAN at the nights. But go and stop by and see all the, awesome Hex people. We've got Armiesofmordor is going to be there. Most of the 5 Shards crew is going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. For those people that can't be there, of course, log into the Hex client, and then they're going to have some of the promos that we can get there at the convention available for you for playing tournaments or doing PvE or other stuff like that. We talked about the tournament tomorrow and some of the other tournaments going on with 5 Shards. So if you aren't able to get into the Kickstarter, the Pro Player tournament tomorrow, there's still a 5 Shards tournament, and then of course on Mondays there's a tournament as well. And of course there's a lot of other stuff going on. That's pretty much it for the episode. And then of course there were the Ben Stoll interviews, so go check those out. If you go to the website hextcg.com, you can find those. Of course, check out 5shards.com for all of your Hex TCG needs. There's a lot of great stuff. We've got a podcast, the 2 Turns Ahead podcast, which does a really good job. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Armiesofmordor, anything else to add before we close out?
Good luck tomorrow to anyone participating.
All right, yep, good luck to everybody. So until next time, this is Aaron Squire signing off, saying God bless your families. Try to raise your much out there.
Armiesofmordor signing off.